Well, I suppose lots of people have, one way or another, but I want to select just two people who really, I've had a lot of um, stimulus from and who I respected a lot. One was Earl Stevie, who was an American, um, very, very influential back in, particularly in the 70s and 80s. He was a thinker. I mean, he really thought deeply about what learning languages was about, and he wrote several books about it. It was very, and he was a great person to be around because you always got some new ideas from him. The second person was N.S. Prabhu, whom some people may not have heard of, but was an Indian, he still is, he's still alive, and who he was basically the godfather of the task-based approach. He did a project in Bangalore in South India, which got that whole thing going. And he was another one who spent a lot of time thinking about things and trying to make things as clear as possible to other teachers. And I was lucky I was able to work with him for about 8 years altogether, first of all in South India, in Madras, and then in Singapore. And in fact, he's just been given the Elton's Outstanding Achievement Award, so that was a very nice way to reward him. Um, he brought all his published papers together into a book called Perceptions of Language Pedagogy, which is a very nice way for any teacher starting out to see, how a person's thought develops over a lifetime. It's 60 years worth of papers. So those two people I would highlight. I mean, I've also been very lucky because I've had, a lot of opportunity to work with people who are prominent in the profession. People like Widdowson, Candlin, Noonan, Brumfitt, uh, and Americans like John Fanslow and people like that. So Mary Finocchiaro years and years ago. So I've had a lot of exposure to people like that, which I'm sure has had an effect. Although I wouldn't put them up with those two that I mentioned at the beginning.